My boyfriend runs a liquor store, and I literally get so much merch and stuff like that from the reps and things. I like to steal the sweaters because they're actually really comfy. Channel update. I usually like to keep stuff customer service related because that's what I'm very familiar with. That's what, I have a lot of experience with. But realizing that, a lot of the, tales from retail, tales from tech support, tales from your server, those threads don't get updated, or those subreddits don't get updated as much as I feel like would be enough for me to keep consistent content. Again, this channel is called I Talk Too Much. I like to talk to you guys every day. This is fun for me. So we're gonna start throwing in a little bit of Am I the A-hole? And best of Redditor updates, just to see how that how that pans out with everything with the channel. So today is going to be Am I the A-hole? Let's dive right in. This one is from Popin91. Am I the A-hole for not being supportive of giving my mother-in-law $4,000 a year? So my father-in-law just passed away recently. My husband and his siblings met with his mom to discuss finances. She has $40,000 to her name. She's 76. They did the math and decided that she needs around $12,000 a year to help her with expenses, which the siblings are going to split. Well, except one who is refusing to pay. Therefore, we have to pay $4,000 for her property tax and credit card bill. My husband never asked me if this was okay, but rather told me it was happening. Am I the a-hole for being furious about this? In the moment, I said nothing because his dad had literally just passed away days before. But I am very frustrated. We have 2 young kids and another on the way. I am a teacher. He makes good money, but we still have a tight budget. I don't know what to do at this point, but I refuse to shell out $4,000 to her when they were extremely irresponsible with their money. I worry what will happen if there is a huge expense that arises. Edit, sorry for the confusion. I'm upset because he committed to this without asking me. If he asked, I wouldn't have said no. I'm not thrilled with it, but I know she needs help. The sibling who isn't helping is the biggest a-hole and would expect an equal inheritance. The townhome is fully paid off. They're paying off the credit cards. I agree we need to sit down and I need to get more info. $4,000 a year won't make us homeless, but that's a lot of money to commit to. We lived paycheck to paycheck for years, and finally, last year, my husband started making good money. So it's very new to us to have a little extra money. If she truly needs help, I'm happy to do it, but I just wish I would have been a part of the discussion. That's all. We also need a new car. I've driven the same car for 14 years and it won't work with 3 kids. And this amount monthly is like a car payment too. Now, I did actually do the math on this one. $4,000 with every year over 12 months. That's about $333.33 every month. That is like a car payment. Actually, that was more than what my car payment was, but I don't buy high-end cars. I've never even had a brand new car. I've only ever had 2 cars in my entire life that I had to make payments on. But I digress, okay? I think that she was right to be upset about not being consulted about it. Now, me and my boyfriend, we have had a similar situation, not with a parent passing or anything like that, but with a parent who had a little bit of difficulties and needed a little bit of help getting out of that. And what happened was, the kids discussed it, and then the kids discussed it with their partners. And then we all decided together, partners and kids, that we were all going to be willing to take that on to make life easier on the parents. And yes, I'm being very intentionally vague about whose parents it was, whose kids it was, because that's not the point of the conversation. The point of the conversation is that, you know, the kids can discuss it together, and then they should be discussing it with their partners, and then the decision should be made. You know, this feels like he just committed to this large bill out of, you know, without, you know, talking to his wife about it. So it's just, that's icky to me. You don't do that. Like, you know, me and my boyfriend, even though we're not even married, and he still had that, you know, we still had that discussion about, you know, taking on that large amount of debt for a family member. But to be married and to just throw that on there, no, not a good look. You absolutely have the right to be upset about him just telling you rather than asking you, but I would still do it. You know, she's 76. What can you do? She's 76. You're not just going to let her just flounder out there or push it onto the last two kids who will actually, help and actually, like, probably did actually talk to their partners. But I'm rambling too much. Next story. This one is from Description Timely 616. Am I the a-hole for refusing to sell the expensive clothes my friend gave me? My husband, male 30, wants me to sell. My husband, male 30, wants me to sell designer clothes my well-off friend gave me. The clothes total in $3,000, with two of the articles of clothing costing around $1,000 and $1,500. The price tags were left on the articles of clothing. It is an extremely fancy brand I've only ever seen on TV, Armani. I could never afford these articles of clothing, and I was really excited to style it. I got special bags for them to stay in. I would and could never purchase these items. My husband thinks I should sell them and that they'd help us afford a new couch. The idea of a few pieces of fabric being worth a couch is insane to me. And I get why he wants to sell it, but I don't want to. He's upset, saying I'm putting this fabric before our family's comfort. I think I'd offend my friend if I returned them, and also, I don't want to. Am I the a-hole for refusing to return expensive clothes? So there is a little update at the bottom, but I'm going to just throw in my opinion right here. No, you're not the a-hole for not wanting to do it. Your friend gifted you those items, and you would never have the opportunity to get those items again. Like, to have like that one really nice dress. I'm gonna be honest, my hopefully future sister-in-law bought a really, really cute dress for me while we were out shopping prior to Christmas a couple of years ago. I absolutely adore this dress. It fits me so well, and I like to wear it to special occasions. Would I ever return that dress? And after she, put her hard money into it and, decided to gift me that item? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I totally get where she's coming from, where she doesn't want to return these things. Now, this is bugging me, y'all. The string is not outside of the hoodie. It came out when I was washing clothes. I can't get it out. I'm gonna have to get a crochet hook and get that out later. So, on to the update. Update to add. Before I posted this, I already started to look for a secondhand couch. I found some from Ashley's for about $100 each, and they are in great condition. He wanted something new, but he's happy with it. I found a bunch of stuff around the house that he can pawn that he doesn't use. An Oculus, a Switch, and old games. I put them on Marketplace. I told him we wouldn't be selling the dresses, but he could sell the PS5 he never plays. We are good now. Thank you all for the reassurance. I was feeling guilty for a moment, but y'all helped me flip the script, and I think we got a good understanding now. Answering questions, we aren't poor, our bills are paid, but we aren't rich. I'm a frugal minimalist, and I wanted our extra money to be saved for gifts for our kids this Christmas. We can't afford a brand new couch that he wanted. In his defense, I'm frugal, and I think he just wants something new and his. I told him we could sell the things I listed above and whatever else he wanted, but not the dresses, which I think that was a great plan. Used couches, depending on what house they're coming from, aren't bad. There is also cheaper couches that you can put together on Amazon and stuff like that. We literally bought our couch off of Amazon, and I believe it was like $200. It came in a bunch of different boxes. We had to put it together, but still, it was like $200. I should call him and see how much our couch actually cost. I think it was like $200. We'll just say that. I'll update you. I'll update you once I figure out exactly how much the couch actually cost. So next and last story. This is by Okonoko. Am I the a-hole for ruining the holidays due to placing our mom in long-term care? So I, 28 male, have two siblings, Theo, 35 male, and Abby, 38 female. Our mother had a stroke back in 2019, and our father passed away in early 2021. I've been taking care of her since. I've dropped out of my graduate program to take care of our mom. Since January, things with our mom became more stressful. Increased memory issues, lack of sleep, and I was generally burnt out. During this time, my siblings did not offer any assistance. They have families and lives. It fell on me because at the time, I was staying with our parents in their apartment in New York since I was going to school in New York. Each year, I would fly or drive to Virginia so our mom could see my siblings and her grandkids. I found a place for our mom back in February, and I informed my siblings, and they had no objection at the time. Now that the major holidays are coming around, they have been asking me if I am going to bring mom. I told them no, I was not, but if they wanted to take her, they were 100% free to take her. I told them she is not in a prison, and I did put them on the list of approved people to take her out. They told me they could not do that it would be far too complicated. I told them that is unfortunate, but I am going on vacation, so I would not be available. Now all of a sudden I have everyone and their mother reaching out to me telling me how selfish and heartless I am being towards our mother. I pretty much lashed out at Theo, who is hosting this year, and told him off. I told him he has no right to call me selfish. I was the one that stepped up to care for mom after her stroke, and our dad passed. I handled the sleepless nights, the wandering, the outbursts, the doctor's appointments. I handled getting her Medicaid. I handled everything and put my life on hold to do so. They got to see the pleasant side of our mom, and if she had an outburst, I was the one that had to deal with it. Then he said I should have asked for help. He claimed he figured I had it all handled and did not need help. I told him I should not have had to ask. I was 23 when mom had a stroke and 25 when dad passed. You knew I was stressed and was handling everything. I told him he did not even offer to help me set up the arrangements for our dad's funeral. Neither did Abby. He said he cannot read minds. I should have asked. So in that moment, I said fine and asked him can he come pick up mom so she can go over for Thanksgiving. I will cover the travel fare. He came up with excuses like it was short notice. I said fine, what about Christmas? And again, he came up with an excuse. After that, I told him this is why I did not ask, because you jerks will always come up with an excuse to get out of it. I told him that this is how you two have always been. Apologize for the borderline rant. I am just peed off at the moment, which rightfully so. Rightfully so. So, these two siblings who don't help with the day-to-day medical, don't help with anything with finances, didn't help set up their dad's funeral, and left it all to the youngest, least experienced member of the family. How dare you? No, you're not the a-hole for taking a break, taking a vacation, getting yourself less stressed, and for putting your mom in a long-term care facility. They literally have the availability to go get her themselves. If they cared that much, then they can go get her, okay? If it's not that big of a deal for me to do it, then you go do it. Okay? That's it. Don't try to force me to do it. You go do it. If you think it's not that big of a deal, you go do it. That's it. So, thanks for watching this video. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. Still waiting for someone to comment turtles. Thanks for watching. Bye.